Hello Guardians, just a tip here, and today we'll be looking at the ultimate solar Warlock 3.0 build. This is going to be for maximum survivability. You're going to have unlimited Phoenix dives. You're going to be throwing out grenades left, right, and center. You're going to be getting your ultimate fast. And this is just a beautiful build, and I hope that you guys try it out. Comment below if you see anything that I can tweak to make this build even better, and let me know what build that you're running as well. So first, let's go ahead and start with the stats on the armor itself. We're going to be first dumping all points into resilience. You want to get your resilience up to 100 to get that plus 40 damage reduction. That is always beautiful. I recommend that first. Next, you want to go into discipline. Try get as much as you can. I recommend 100 into discipline just to have the maximum amount of cooldown on your grenades. And then after that, I would dump everything else into recovery just so we can get our class ability back even faster. So we're going to be doing those Phoenix dives even more constant. First, let's look at our helmets. For our helmet, we will be running the resilience, and we will be running ashes to assets. Now with the ashes to asset, you gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. Like I said, we're going to be getting our super back fast, we're going to be getting our Phoenix dives back fast, and we're going to be throwing grenades out like it's no tomorrow with this build. Next up, we're going to be running harmonic siphon. It was only one mod slot open for this, so I just added the harmonic slot, which rapid final weapon blows with damage matching your subclass create orb of power. So if you're running any kind of solar weapon and you get that kill, you will be generating that orb of power as well. Now you can add anything you want in here. I'm just running this orb of power just to help me out, and we have other mods that's going to deal with this orb of power, and just to help other guardians out. Maybe if they're using other builds that have an orb of power, an extra orb of power laying around on the floor is always beneficial to everyone. Next up, we're going to be using explosive well maker. I'm using explosive well maker just because I run a lot of incandescence or explosive payloads. But if you don't have any of those kinds of guns, like I said, this build is going to be based around using any kind of weapon, not just using a certain weapon with this build. So you can swap explosive well maker out with bountiful wells, so when you get those grenade kills, you're going to be spawning those wells left, right, and center, and when you grab those wells, you're going to be able to recharge your abilities even faster. Up next, we're going to be looking at our gauntlets. Now with our gauntlets, we're running plus 5 resilience because that's all I needed to hit that 100 mark. Like I said, you don't have to go over, you just got to hit that 100 mark and then dump everything else into your other stats. Now with our gauntlets, you can throw in your artifact armors like your unstoppable hand cannon or your overload scout rifle, but I do have momentum transfer here just because I was running some master dualities. I wasn't fooling with a lot of champions, so it didn't make sense for me to have those on, so I'm just running momentum transfers where causing damage with grenade reduces your melee cooldown. This is beautiful because you can add mods that help reduce your grenade cooldown by just damaging the enemy with a melee attack, and you can also scorch enemies, so when you scorch them you get more grenade energy as well. I will be showing you that soon inside our fragments and our aspects, but let's go over to our finals slot, and it's going to be seeking wells. Now the reason why I use seeking wells is because you want maximum survivability. You want to be able to stay out of danger as long as you can whilst you're doing damage from a distance. So what you want to do is work smarter, not harder. Instead of going to the wells that is in those dangerous places, why don't you let the wells come to you, which is always a beautiful quality of life thing. Next up, we're going to have the bread and butter of this build. You must have the Starfire protocol. Xur was selling one, and I know it will be coming back around. And as soon as the chest lost sector comes out, I will be dropping a video. So don't forget to sub if you want to be notified when that lost sector comes up, so you can farm your own very own Starfire protocol. Now with my first Starfire protocol, this is not the best. I have 22 mobility. I was sick when I saw it, but this is the best I have right now, so I'm going to be farming that myself. And on our Starfire protocol, you gain a extra fusion grenade, which is beautiful for this build. This is what's going to make us be throwing out those grenades left, right, and center, guys. So for this, we're going to be running our 10 resilience, and then we're going to have 2 energy diffusion substrates. Now you can add any kind of damage reduction here if you're going against activities with snipers, or is the boss have too much concussive damage, you can maybe run a sniper damage resistance, or even a concussive dampener. For my new lights out there, if you want to know what a concussive dampener is, when you get too close to the boss, they do that kind of slam and it does a lot of damage, but that kind of reduces the damage for you as well. But if you're a tanky boy and you don't need these damage reductions, you can always just find different kinds of armor mods where you can find more ammo or have deeper reserves, or just gain more, you carry more ammo inside these slots as well if you're not running into champions, or if you're not doing nothing too hard. But this build do and will have you survive inside higher content activities. Next up, we're going to head to our legs. And with our legs, we are running 10 recovery. Like I said, after I got 100 on resilience and we got 100 on discipline, I just dumped everything else into recovery so we can get our super back as fast as we can. Now I'm running 2 innovations, reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up a orb of power. Now if you remember earlier where we had the one harmonic siphon that creates an orb of power when you kill an enemy with the matching class, that drops orb of power. We pick up the orb of power and that gives us even more grenade. And once we throw those grenades, it gives us more phoenix dives. And once we do phoenix dives, we get our grenade back faster. We throw the grenade and we get our super back faster. Now you guys are seeing the loop. I know I sound crazy, but it's all coming together, guys. I promise you it's gonna come together. And for our final mod slot, we are going to be running elemental ordnance. Now this is where our well are going to come from if you don't have an explosive well maker on. This is where you're going to be able to get your wells from, and defeating a combat with a grenade spawns elemental well that matches your subclass energy type. So this is also beautiful. You can stack these to get more wells, but I'm going to show you how we're going to get maximum wells on this build as well. Don't worry guys, I got you. And for our Warlock Bond, we are running 10 resilience, and we're going to be running 2 bomber mods. Now the 2 bomber mods reduce grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So this is why when you see me inside the gameplay I provided, as soon as I throw that grenade, I am using my Phoenix Dive to get that ability, and when that grenade kills the enemy, I'm getting my full Phoenix Dive back. So this is how we are getting that unlimited Phoenix Dive. If you're wondering, hey, how is he doing that? Up next, we have elemental ordnance. Like I say, these can stack. So if you have 2 of these and you have a bountiful well, you'll be getting 4 wells instead of 2. Just something for my new lights out there, just giving you guys maximum survivability. Up next, we're going to get into our fragments. We're going to start off with Phoenix Dive. Phoenix Dive is beautiful, and you're gonna, before I get into the abilities, you want to run Well of Radiance. I'm gonna have a legend up showing you guys exactly which the Well of Radiance do. This is the best class for Warlocks in my opinion. You'll be able to Scorch, Ignite, Restore, and become Radiant. I will have a legend up there for you guys so you can see that as well. So we're going to be doing our Phoenix Dive. Well, as soon as we hit this, this is going to be so beautiful. I'm so excited to show you guys this. So you dive onto the ground to create a burst of solar light that cures nearby alleys. And you're going to be doing this so much where it becomes second nature to you. Next up, we're going to have Burst Glide. You can use whatever you want here. I'm just using Burst Glide so we can get in and out of danger as fast as we can. And we're going to be using Celestial Fire. Now, the reason why I'm not doing Incinerator Snap, because like I said, we like range. We want to keep range for maximum survivability when it comes to these end game contents. You don't want to be up under those champions. You want to keep your distance and still be able to do damage. So this is why I'm using Celestial Fire, because it sends out a spiral of 3 explosive soul energy blasts and also scorch the targets. And with our fragments, when you scorch the target and defeat them, you'll be able to get more ability charge. Now, this is going to go with our Phoenix Protocol, where you have the fusion grenades. Now I'm going to show you why this is so beautiful for my new lights out there. So an explosive grenade that attaches to targets, damaging them mortally and scorching them on detonation. So once you start applying that scorch, you're going to see that you're going to be applying scorch to a big crowd of ads, and you're going to be getting all of your abilities back faster. Now let's head to our aspects. We are using Icarus Dash. Now the reason why I am using Icarus Dash is because if you find yourself in those sticky situations, you want to be able to get out as fast as you can, and this is just going to help you get out of those sticky situations as fast as you can. Now this is another OP build right here, Touch of Flame. You definitely want to be running Touch of Flame. This do different things to different grenades, but since we're going to be using a fusing grenade, the fusion grenade is going to be able to explode twice. Now instead of the Phoenix protocol gives us 2 grenades, now to Touch of Flame will be giving us 4 grenades in total for my new lights out there. If you didn't know, this is a must-have on the build as well. Now for our fragments, we're going to have Ember of Sieging, Ember of Singing. Your class ability recharges faster when you scorch targets. So this is why when you throw the grenades out, it scorches other targets. You use your Phoenix Dive, and this is how you're getting your Phoenix Dive so fast, because Fusion Grenade scorches other targets and targets that you throw the grenade on as well. So this is what is going to help us get those Phoenix Dives even faster. Up next, we're going to be using Ember of Char. Your Solar Ignition spreads Scorch to affected targets, and this is also beautiful because once you throw those grenades, you can ignite them, and it's just going to spread Scorch, which is going to give us all Phoenix Dive and our class abilities even faster. Up next, we're running Ember of Searing. Defeated Scorch targets grant melee energy. Like I said, melee is always good. You can swap this out for whatever you want here. This is going to be that one swap that you can do when if you want to add something to give you a little bit more money buck for the bang for your buck. So next up, we're gonna have Ember of Ashes. You apply more Scorch stacks to targets. So when you throw a grenade, it adds stacks, and the more stacks, the more damage it applies. More damage applies, more class ability charge that you get. So guys, this has been the build. I tried to keep it nice and short as I can. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the back of me actually using the build. I want to appreciate you watching this. Like I said, comment below if you see anything that you see that I can tweak, or comment below your build. I want to hear your build. I want to see your build of what you did. So thank you guys for watching this. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and tip out.